Finding your purpose in early childhood.
The objective of this training is to define your purpose of being an early childhood educator or child care provider. In the quote, Brenda Camp states, choosing to teach young children, like every other career decision, involves weighing many factors. Prospective teachers need to be familiar with what the work entails and the possible career options. Most importantly, they need to determine whether the demands and rewards of their chosen profession are a good match with their own strengths, disposition, and personal goals. We will discuss why you would want to become an early childhood educator or a child care provider. We will also discuss the factors that play a role in the desire to be an early child educator, the qualities listed by NACES of a good early childhood teacher, what it means to be an intentional teacher, the five interrelated dimensions in the job of an early childhood teacher, and we will also discuss the career options for early childhood educators. In this acronym, mistakes stand for means I start to acquire knowledge, experience, skills. So what this is saying is like as you go, when you start off, you will be tested through a bunch of different challenges you never had to go through before. But as you go and you make those mistakes when you are trying to grow and learn, that means you are acquiring the knowledge that you need through the experiences uh, that will help you gain those skills. Like in life, we make choices that can lead to consequences that can be detrimental to our careers, whether it's good or bad. When beginning a career in early childhood, most prospects are undereducated in working with children in their development. As a leader in the early childhood field, I understand the importance of acquiring education through experience, education, and professional development. I also understand the importance of the leadership in the early childhood field that provide mentorship and coaching to their newbies. Now, whenever you are accepting the help from the leadership, it's helping you grow in your career.
As an individual, I would like for you to take some time to reflect on the reason you would want to become an early childhood educator or care provider. If you are in a group environment, I would like for you to get with another person and interview each other on why you would like to become an early childhood educator or child care provider. This gives us the opportunity to share experiences that would allow us to focus on the reasons and what makes it so special to you.
The National Education Association surveyed 1,000 teachers, asking them why they decided to become teachers. The top 8 answers were the desire to work with young children, values the education to society, the influence of another teacher because of the long summer vacation, the influence of family, never considered different career, job security, an opportunity for a lifetime of self growth. Scholastic Incorporated commissioned the Teacher Voices 2000 survey conducted by the Council of Chief State School Officers in spring 2000. In the survey, they asked the teachers to indicate how important each factor was in making their original decision to become a teacher. The single most important factor in the original decision was their desire to work with children, with 81% reporting that was their most important factor. 77% reported that a teaching career was a positive and desirable choice. The other issues that did not factor in their decision to teach includes beginning teacher salary, advancing opportunities, and the salary potential. Because of the results of the survey, Teacher Voices 2000 quotes, "Teachers are professionals who have chosen education because of a passion or desire to teach young children." The National Association for the Education of Young Children listed 5 qualities in their article, Qualities of a Good Teacher in Early Childhood Development, as enthusiastic for children, patient and humorous, communication abilities, respecter of differences, and creative and flexible. Is that you? Can you identify with some of these qualities in your life? One of the qualities that was not mentioned is being intentional. An intentional teacher is a multifaceted, multidimensional concept that conveys many of the personal and professional qualities of an early child educator. The complex job of an early childhood teacher has 5 interrelated dimensions. 1, creating a caring community of learners. 2, teaching to enhance learning and development. 3, planning curriculum to achieve important goals. 4, assessing children's learning and development. And 5, establishing reciprocal relationships with families.
Other roles include being a reflector practitioner, being an advocate for students, facilitating learning, being a decision maker, and determining the classroom climate.
One of the main issues that early child education is having right now is a high turnover rate, meaning that there are people who are changing careers, changing professions, or they are actually changing the settings in which they work, depending on what's going on, as far as new teachers leave at rates of somewhere between 19% and 30% over their first 5 years of teaching. These rates are higher when novices do not get high quality mentor in their early years. And I mentioned that earlier, where the mentoring and coaching from leadership is very valuable. It is very needed so that you can be coached into your career in a positive way. With as many people who are leaving the early child education field to change careers, there are many options in the early childhood education field which tend to fall into 2 separate categories. We're working with children and we're working for children. Now, working with children is some daily interactions and direct responsibility for the children's care and education. That is the position that someone will take as a classroom teacher or a teacher's aide or a family child care provider who gives child care in their home. And then we have those who are working for children. These people support children's development and education, whether in proximity to the children, that's like the child care director in the center, or at a distance, someone who is the teacher education professor who is working with the support of the teachers who give them their education. In conclusion, throughout this training, we were focusing on defining our purpose in being an early child educator. We discussed why we wanted to be an early child educator and child care provider. We discussed the factors that play a role in the desire to be an early child educator. We wanted to identify the qualities that were listed by NACES that determines a good early childhood educator. We looked at some of the interrelated dimensions of the job of an early childhood educator. And we also discussed some of the career options for early childhood educators with the two different categories of working with children and working for children. This also helps complete our understanding of the missions and goals that we have for our present and for our future in our careers. And if we don't want to take on the challenges of being an early childhood educators, it's best that we know at the beginning if this is what I want to do and how am I going to be effective in the education, the development, and the lives of these children that will be in my care. These are just some of the things that we have to first look at before we get deep into early childhood education. So, good luck with your future and good luck definitely in your present.